Okie dokie. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So I know we've all heard of resistance training and endurance training on land for older adults. Well, today we're going to be talking about the effect of water exercise on older adults. So you're like, oh, what is water? What is water exercise? Well, it's literally exactly what it sounds like. It's exercise in a water or in a pool. So this includes like leg lifts, arm curls, water push-ups, jumping jacks. So there's literally almost every type of exercise you can think of can be done in the water. So this type of exercise has been known to improve your fitness. To be more specific, it helps build cardio, strengthen muscles. So it's pretty good. And the article I chose to present today is called Get Moving, the Health Benefits of Water Aerobics by Ronnie Phelps. And essentially, this article goes over around 10 benefits of water aerobics, which includes increased muscle strength, endurance, flexibility. It's a low impact exercise, which means it's easier on your joints. And it relieves both stress and anxiety, burns a lot of calories, reduces your blood pressure, and it's a cooling exercise. So that means the hot burning sun does not need to get involved. And ultimately, it's a very popular activity, which means that it benefits people of all ages, and that includes older adults. Now, what are the benefits of water exercise in older adults? There are a multitude of benefits after performing water exercise. This includes an increase in muscle strength, agility, balance, and of course, like I said before, it's easier on the joints. And if you've noticed, these are all factors contributing to falling. So if an older adult has a deficiency in one of these categories, their risk of falling is increased. So if an older adult participates in water exercise, their risk of falling decreases. Okay, so we're going to be talking about arthritis real quick. So arthritis is the degeneration of joints in the body that leads to pain, lower quality of life, and other issues. This happens when synovial joints that are lined with cartilage begin to wear away. And when the cartilage is wearing away, the bone exposed leads to bone growing extra tissues, which ultimately leads to arthritis. Now, statistics from the CDC in 2015 show us how bad this epidemic really is. The CDC states by 2040, over 78 million adults 18 plus will suffer from arthritis, which is around 26%, okay? And that's a lot of people. Also, the CDC reported that approximately 50% of individuals 65 plus and over have reported a doctor-diagnosed arthritis. That's no bueno. Therefore, I believe that water exercise is the way to go. So here we have a case study. I'm going to go over a systematic review in 2016 by Bartels, and they focused on the effects of aquatic exercise on older adults with knee and hip arthritis. So what they found is that after all their research, there is a small short-term improvements in pain tolerance and also showed a small effect on quality of life. Okay, these are small improvements, but you know what they say? Small improvements lead to bigger ones. And I like to say personally, baby steps. Okay, so the next study is a study done by Kim and O'Sullivan in 2013 that studied the effects of aquatic therapy on older adults on muscular strength, agility, balance to prevent falling during gait. So what they did is they took 20 females, put them into an aquatherapy program, and this was done 3 times a week for an hour for a period of 12 weeks. Now the results were much better than the last study. They found significant reductions in body weight and body fat mass, along with stride time. They also found increased leg strength corresponding to the maximum joint movement of the landing leg, which shows that the subject's ability for recovery of balance. So if you fall, they have a more likelihood of catching themselves. And they finally concluded that there were significant improvements in gait patterning and recovering time after the study. And they concluded that aquatherapy is an effective exercise method for training older adults to reduce their risk of falling. And to me, just like these older adults on the page, woohoo, that is great news to hear. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a little quick story before we move on with the presentation. So here's my tia Flor. Okay, amazing person. There's me with the blonde hair. I know this was actually in December, but she lives a healthy and active lifestyle. But around 15 years ago, she had a double hip replacement. So she was out for a very long time, and the doctors didn't want her moving at all, even after 6 months. So she didn't like that. So she went to another doctor who recommended aquatic therapy. So she began aquatic therapy and she said aquatic therapy. And she said that she saw the improvements in both her fitness, balance, and muscular strength. Of course, she recovered from the double hip replacement, but her love for the aquatic exercise stayed. So currently, well, technically not currently, but because of COVID, but before all the craziness, she went at least twice a week to an aquatic aerobics class, which she states like don't mess with her on that. That keeps her in tip top shape. So, anyways, that's my little quick side story before I move on. And here we have the application of slide to class. So I'm going to be talking about how this relates to class. And technically, we haven't looked at water exercise or therapy in class, but we have talked about some of the things water exercise prevents and reduces. So in class, we talked about how osteoarthritis is a major epidemic and that it affects around 25% of older adults. We also talked how this leads to joint replacement. There are around 10 million older adults living with one or more joint replacements. So again, water aerobics or water exercise leads to, it's much easier on the joints. So people with arthritis and people with these joint replacements are able to effectively participate in exercise. We also talked about muscle decline and aging and how there's a massive decline of type 1 cross-sectional area and around like 50% of type 2 muscle cross-sectional area, and that we lose around 10% of muscle performance and 25% of muscle power per decade. So of course, water exercise allows you to keep working on your muscle strength throughout life so you can reduce the blow of muscle degeneration. And the last thing I really want to relate to class is the falls and prevention. Okay, we talked about how 1 in 3 people 65 plus fall annually and how it can be a really fatal problem because only 50% of the people who fall never fully recover. So that brings me back to the wonderful water aerobics because it is said to help older adults with their balance and muscle strength and helps decrease their risk of falling. So here are my references and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.